so that you could go out and fish and catch your food. Because you basically could do that. People fish here all the time. I can tell you, without being on the coast right now, that there are people fishing right now. This is a senior center. And personally, I feel like it's a slight hassle to set yourself up to live off grid, just because, I don't know, most everything runs in the system, within the system. But if you can make it happen, then that definitely would be quite convenient. You could basically do, you'd basically have the option to do whatever you wanted from there. I guess that's probably what you'd have to do. I guess you would want to just at that point, should probably be working at least some hours somewhere. You can at least have some money to do other things. Here's another school, another elementary school. Also out here, there are a number of people who list cabins and off-grid houses for rent to own. So say the cabin only costs 10 grand. They will rent it out to you and take a portion of it each month towards payment to owning the cabin. So that, I think, is also pretty cool. So one thing I was going to mention with these signs is that I will say that since I've been here, I have noticed, which I think is pretty cool, Hawaiianized versions of things rather than anglicized versions of things. So I think on the mainland in general, we have at least we grew up with a lot of anglicized versions of things. So like Elsa's, Barbie dolls, those types of things. Here in the stores, you definitely see Here at the stores, we usually see what's it called? Like, geez, I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't know the protagonist of the movie Moana. This one kind of muscly Hawaiian character from Disney. I'm sorry, I've never seen the movie. I'm sorry. But you have him on t-shirts. You have him on kids' t-shirts, and when you go to Walmart, you'll have a lot of like brown versions of dolls, like brown Santa Claus at winter time. And I don't know. I guess it's not something that you expect. I certainly, I didn't really expect it. And then when I got here, I was like, oh, all the commercials out here are, it's all like Hawaiians on the commercials, whether it's like car commercials or what have you. But I mean, it makes sense. I imagine they do that, everywhere around the world, just to cater to whomever's there. But yeah, today was a gorgeous day. Should have gotten up early. Doctor's office. Some construction going on here at what used to be a bowling alley. That would have been really cool. There was a bowling alley right here downtown. We're almost downtown. We're just about there. And then we've got these two flower shops, which, I mean, currently I don't have a need for flowers or flower arrangements. As long as I feel kind of more situated, then I'll take a day and see what's going on. We've got a Korean kitchen here. But I do really want to find out what the story is. Like, there has to be a story. With two flower shops. These are the only two flower shops I've ever seen in Hilo. One right there with the solar paneling, and one here. There must be a story. Like, they must have battled it out at some point in the past. Got a local sports bar, currently closed. Kuku'au Plaza. Like, are the families related? I think they're both Japanese owners. Are the families related? Were they warring with each other at one point? Is it like a mother-daughter situation? I kind of doubt that. I kind of doubt it's like the same family. But yeah, two flower shops just right next to each other. And I'm sure they're both doing well, because it's Hawaii, it's the big island. I forget what the population is here. Maybe around 108,000. I forget. Maybe more than that. Maybe 110,000, something like that. But yeah, there's so few people. There's so few people here that if these two flower shops are right here, these are probably the only two flower shops for many miles, and they might be like two out of 5 flower shops on the island, on the whole island. So they're definitely both doing well for themselves. I'd say that's the one thing that I think moving out to anywhere with kind of a smaller population, if you have any skills or talents that you can provide, you will be one out of a handful of people that can provide those skills or talents. You might even be the only one. I remember there's a YouTuber named Michael Reeves who I think he must have been like an engineering school dropout or something like that, but like still had the the chutzpah for engineering. And on his channel he makes all these devices. He kind of he makes a whole host of different contraptions. They're a little bit dark, like I don't know, like aerial drones that only target your head and fly at you, or aerial drones that only target I don't know babies, and then he use it like a doll baby or whatever and program them to identify dolls. But in any case he was from here and said that he used to do like math tutoring and stuff like that, and even being on the main island on Oahu, he said that pretty much everyone came to him, like everyone on the island, if they needed some kind of like math tutoring, they came to him. And there's like 1 million people on that island, but it's still so small in comparison to being someplace, let's say being in like a big city with 10 million people, But if you just have any skill, you can more or less, if you set yourself up right and provide a good service, you should be able to do well with it. All right, we are downtown, and you can see the fire station in the distance with the Hawaiian flag and the American flag. And I'm gonna wrap things up right here. Aloha, everyone.